Welcome back to Trick Roll, everyone. I am already regretting so many things in my life.
Wow, 5 seconds in, we're doing great, guys.
I
Best
know
record ever.
it's pre-regret. It is, you know, uh, another tangent from Andy. I had read somewhere that in some worlds, I think it was Matt Vansel, his orcs have a concept of pre-vengeance, which is vengeance that you take before you have actually earned the need for vengeance because you know it's going to come up. And in
Oh,
orc
like Russia's
society,
military strategy.
that's completely acceptable in orc society. You can go kill that guy because you know you're going to do something that he's going to swear vengeance on, that you're going to need to swear vengeance on later. So you're just killing him ahead of time, and that's acceptable. I have pre-regret. I know that something's going to happen today that I'm going to regret. That being said, let's meet the people who are going to make me regret choices. Let's start off in the order you came into the show on. That's you, Shiv.
Oh, jeez. Wait, I was like chilling. Nobody's talking. Nobody's
You
talking.
you logged in after me, so that means you talk.
Oh, hi. I'm Shiv Lock. You can find me on Twitch, and I play a Tortle Cleric, light domain, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fuck everything up, or somebody's dying. It happens.
Wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last.
Exactly. It's
That's
cleric
fair.
life.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It's a cleric life.
Oh, I'll be doing that now.
I'm trying to do this without calling on you one at a time. And I'm
Okay,
having to call on.
Hi, I'm Archers. Today I'll be playing the man who believes he can see all, the human rogue ranger Lily.
I'm Kyle. You can find me on Twitch under Flint Ewood 756. And today I'll be playing the Soul Blade rogue Joseph Lucerno.
And that's everyone. Andy, take it away.
Take it
Okay.
away, Andy.
Yep, that's the entire cast.
Oh, come on. We need to introduce the ringleader to this group of monkeys around the organ grinder.
I'm going to use that color for Lane Reed. Anyway, hi, I'm Grump. I am Grump64, also known as just Grump. I am playing Gileth, the blue dragonborn champion fighter, also known as King Gileth of this awesome kingdom.
Yes. And before we move on, Jesse, it's been a little while since we've done this. Would you do our Maw Energy ad?
One moment.
We don't prep anything for this show. It's a failing on my part. One I was just commenting on.
And Jess is on a runner.
The thing is, like, I know whatever he brings back is going to be worth this moment.
Oh, you're just laying on the pressure, aren't you?
I did not understand that. What did he say?
It's like you're just laying on the pressure, aren't
Oh,
you?
yeah, I am.
Andy is the stopgap valve to your main line.
Huh.
You know, I could be doing something. Oh, I will do other things while he's doing that. First off, we have a Ko-Fi account. You can buy us trick rolls. What's a trick roll? Well, that is a 1d4 multiplier that you can give to any player, including me, who deserves it the most, because he's trying to keep all this in mind. Those are an absolute blast, and
Around here
he
somewhere. Give me a
brought the
moment.
prop box.
No. 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 No.
Is that a taxidermy beaver?
No, it's my energy. You get it in any 60 serving size and any of the link in the description down below.
That's priceless.
Jesse, I promise the next time I'll try to warn you that I'm going to ask you to do that, but you always bring the most energy to it. Yes, my energy. I'm actually drinking it right now. You get a container this size. It has 60 servings. You can go up to 3 scoops. I don't recommend going more because honestly, 1 scoop is enough to wake me up. Maybe you got higher constitution than me.
Challenge accepted.
I almost got the green screen out of it.
Yeah.
7
Yes.
scoops in, bro. I'm feeling
Change
it.
If you-
change the green just enough so it wouldn't
We're pretty sure
chromacate out.
we're pretty sure if you go more than 4 scoops, you're going to break time and go back to the moment to stop yourself from putting in more scoops.
No, I'll probably go back in time and say go 5 scoops.
Because I was saying they already put it on the label. 3 scoops is code red.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know that I say this a lot, but yes, it clears up my brain fog, and there's no sugar crash. Even if I have a little too much, all that means is I'm really, really hyper that day, but I'm not like dangerous, fall on the floor, you know, jittery. I'm just like, hey, let me go and keep working. And if you know me, you know I don't like actually working. Use the link below to sorry, I'm trying to read chat at the same time.
Piece of candy.
But here's the thing: who wants to see a hyper artist?
Yes, Val, you can point out something with the lowest wisdom roll. Go ahead and type that in. Sorry, I really need a producer to run chat for me one day. The link below for the $7, they'll send you a free sample. When you buy Maw Energy, you are supporting this chaos. This chaos needs so much support. We need a traction system.
Actually, where I'm at right now, the economy's so bad we could probably pick up 3 interns.
You know, I'll sign off on their school credit. Anyway, let's get on to the actual show because we've gone on a few minutes and we haven't done anything productive except for that Maw Energy read.
I mean, do we ever do anything productive?
Probably not. Okay, last time we actually did several. We sort of covered like a month's worth of downtime in our last session. I won't hit it all. I'm going to hit a few of the high points, and then we're going to do what Kyle did in downtime. So, Joseph has been inviting criminal elements into the city to create his information network. One of those individuals was slightly, ever so slightly, disrespectful to King Gileth. It turns out Gileth had an ability he did not know about as the king of Evolia, and he imposed his will to turn that person from a disrespectful drug dealer who called himself the Duke of this land into, well, effectively the Duke Smith,
Yes.
spelled Dook, as he now is a permanent member of the city, and walks around with a shovel cleaning up after all the animals because when Gileth got done beating him, he had the guards throw him into the manure pit.
So he has a shit-eating grin.
He is the Pootsmith of the town.
Yeah, the shitty outcome.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this chat real quick. It occurs you that the powered keg with 1K ball bearings could do some serious damage. You know, that is absolutely something Bugger will do one day. He will absolutely build something like that. Okay. Also, during that downtime, there was an ogre who was basically set up his own toll bridge, and people were having to go around it. It was really inconvenient. So Joseph and Gileth went out to deal with that. The ogre had a boss who was a kitten. Joseph thought this kitten must be a powerful supernatural being. It was just a kitten. Because
It was just
if you've ever seen the way cats can be, you might understand why this ogre decided the kitten was his boss. Anyway, negotiations broke down, partly when Joseph offered it fish laced with red sand. The
Jesus.
cat, eating a very powerful narcotic stimulant, went absolutely bonkers, 3 a.m. zoomies, and the ogre thought that meant it was time to crush everything. The ogre died by King Gileth and the stupidly oversized sword.
Yep.
And Joseph then collected the now, after, using catnip to calm the cat down, took the cat back with him. I'm sure a cat addicted to red sand in the Shadowfell Nexus won't be a bad idea long term. And now for the moment that Kyle and I were doing in downtime that needs to be played out. Joseph wanted to try to figure out why there has been a permanent summer outside of Evalia. It has been going on for about 8 months now. It should have been fall, a few weeks back. So he went to a swamp witch that he heard, could foretell the future. His offering to the witch was a large venomous snake. While she was plucking out the venom glands and putting them into her brew with some other herbs and unknown elements, she takes a drink and says, "All right, now let's see about that future of yours."
Reaches out, takes a shot as well, and just downs it, and then goes, "Open the world to me." Oh God.
What the ever living crap is wrong with you, boy? You have dwarf blood in you because you are not ready for the snake hooch. Okay, you don't go
Snake
drinking
hooch.
stuff like that. You might
Mr. Worf,
die.
don't touch the don't touch the tar beast. It hasn't given you consent.
You don't just walk into a swamp witch's hut and start drinking things. I'm gonna have to haul you back to wherever you come from. So sure enough, the rest of you, Joseph is brought back strapped to a mule by this crooked old woman. She dumps him on the ground with a note pinned to him. I have already said, basically the note says, he's going to be high for a couple of days. But it also contains the prophecy that, she did provide him. In regards to the ongoing summer, good Samaritan make bad neighbors. Good intentions lead to damnation. Vile acts restore nature's balance. Blood will flow before views will change. And Janilos, I know you had another project you want to work on, but you're probably going to need to strap Joseph to a bed somewhere and keep him, if you know how to set up a basic, IV system, you probably would need to do that. Give me a
I'll do
medicine
that.
check, please.
Oh God.
Let's see how you ease his moment.
Ease
Oh,
my suffering, sir.
Now I rolled a nat 1, so for a total of 8.
Okay.
I'm rolling great.
Yeah, you try poking him a few times. Like, he ain't got no veins. You're good with turtle anatomy, human anatomy. There's maybe that you don't know how. Maybe they do everything through osmosis. You dunk them in water.
I just like
They're like frogs. They absorb their water.
Oh, where's your air bladder? Sorry, my Zoidberg voice sucks.
Yeah.
just to save my sanity, I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on him.
That is not a bad idea at all.
I'm just gonna cast Spare the Dying just to be safe.
Okay. Now we're going to get into a few other things that have been happening, but another thing we have been neglecting. King Gileth, give us our wisdom save for the day.
I was waiting for that. There we go. We're looking at 3.
3. Okay,
We're rolling
so
great.
yeah. Gileth, there were no pixies today,
Okay.
but there are little trails of rainbow poop all over. I mean, it's actually a trail of it. It smells like cinnamon.
I swear this is just like stewing. I just imagine it at first it's just the usual like poke and sniff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You poke it and a little bit of glitter seems to come out of it like spores.
And every time he coughs, like glitter comes out and little
Yes.
sparks.
And as you inhale it, it starts to spread along your scales as now you are a rainbow dragon born. And you have 5 shadows, each of the different colors.
Do we see this as well?
You see a lot of things.
You see everything.
I
Yeah.
imagine too that
You-
whoever he runs into the equivalent
Joseph,
of what.
you are sitting next to me right now watching the screen. That's how much you see.
Yeah. The way I imagine it, to whoever he runs into, this is basically Jarlath right now. Somebody help me! I've turned into an absolute freak.
Yes. And the
Where
thing
does
is,
he
I like to
come up with-
imagine Giles is actually running around with a puppet on his hand,
It would make sense.
and the puppet is talking for him.
Like his mouth is clearly not moving, but somehow the voice is coming out of this conceited confession.
And if you try to offer him any help, it does not matter. You cannot stop this from happening. We are going to keep it going until he decides to put it away. Janlos, let's get to the other project I know you've been dying for. You
Oh,
want
man.
to take the remains of this ogre and try to make it into some sort of using the notes left over from Chad, the necromantic druid. You want to try to make a flesh golem, or at least a functional skeleton.
Yes. Yes.
Roll an Arcana check with advantage because you do have these notes to work with.
Oh, so it's just gonna be said with advantage. Oh,
Yes.
thank God. 15.
15. Okay. We'll get you the actual stats later if you don't have access to them, but we're going to say that you have a giant you have an ogre skeleton that you can command.
Oh, guys, you're jealous.
Now, I am going to say that for the sake of future game balance, this thing will not be easily repaired if it's damaged. You can't cast healing on an undead like this.
Inflict wounds on it.
Because I don't want you to have a giant army that I have to then try to counterbalance later on.
I would never make an army like that.
You've already made one.
Hashtag Cobalt.
Yeah. Vivi, you have also wanted to do something, and we're going to say we are now in real time. Joseph is back. He's probably a little dehydrated, but he's back to reasonably sane. I say reasonably because look at him and the choices he's made. Giles is absolutely not sane at the moment. He thinks he's a puppet. He thinks he's a rainbow puppet.
Mm-hmm.
But until you have figured, everybody has deciphered the fortune, you know that the mage known as Hello Tink. You know that the mage known as Grimthorn has left the castle because he goes off to his own experiments. And he leaves the standing rule: everyone needs to stay away from his laboratory because he has arcane experiments that people don't need to mess with. Being told this, you've already said you want to break in.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you bring anyone with you, or do you just try to do this on your own?
I try to choose on my own because
Okay.
because in Crazy Puppet Man,
Mm-hmm.
coming down from a massive high and a turtle.
You know what? That is completely understandable. I cannot argue that logic at all.
I don't actually get the last one. I mean, you could have just said and Genlos.
Sorry, I forgot his name.
Who is outright, playing with his new ogre skeleton right now.
Yeah, I'm actually livid with it.
Yeah. So, but because our king rolled a 3, the castle is really weird today. Make let's call it a survival check at disadvantage to find your way around.
Okay, I'm going to guidance this.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, and That is a 19.
19.
Nice,
Wow.
nice.
All right. So I am trying to pull up some things now. Bear with me just one moment. So,
Okay.
yeah, you are making your way around the castle, and it's really weird. Like I said, things you are convinced that you have passed the same room 3 times, or maybe it's Giles running around in circles because he has passed you at least 5 times already.
Like,
Occasionally, you come across Joseph, who is licking the wall. This was during the
Snozzberries
high
taste like
time.
snozzberries.
Vivi goes, if I swear if this was a good jumping off point for information system, I would have left already. Jesus Christ.
Uh, and you eventually do come to a place where you know something is different because it's just the feel of the ever presence of Evolia seems to fade away as you get to Grimthorn's laboratory. Uh, I'm going to say with the 19 you rolled, you can see that he has somehow warded this area as its own. I don't want to say demi-plane because that would be a little bit too much, but he's somehow sheltered his area from the rest of Evolia. It's still there, but it is not being twisted the way the rest of the castle is. The door is, of course, locked.
Is it magically locked?
Do you have any arcane senses to find out? Like, if you just try opening it, it's not going to rattle.
I have proficiency in Arcana, and I'm still checking something.
Okay.
No, nothing like detect magic or anything like that.
Okay. I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Okay, I'm also going to guidance this because guidance is fun. A fun and balanced spell.
I don't know about balance, but okay.
Well,
And
he
that
has
is
to take
a
a moment to use it. What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 17.
17. Yeah, it's not. It's it is magically locked, but it's not like the spell. It's more like some runes that he has put on, and you think you might be if you disrupt these, you're not going to be able to restore them, and he's going to know someone was in here. But you think you probably can disrupt the runes and get in.
And you're trying to break in where?
To Grimthorn's laboratory. Grimthorn is the mage that guards the castle when the king is away, because as we've learned, one of the rules of this place is if you take the crown, you are the king. That's actually how he got it.
Well, from the looks of things, I can't hide the fact I'll be in here, but can I hide the fact it was me?
Oh, you with that 19, you know there are some really weird residents of this castle. Like most of the staff are mephits, which are imp-like elemental creatures that are they're more ADD than Joseph and Giles. The stoned versions of them.
Okay. So try to get here without being detected. That's what he's going to do.
Okay. I'm going to say you rolled a 17, so we're going to say that with that knowledge, you already know how to do this, so you just do it.
Okay.
You can describe to me how you disrupt the runes, though.
He's going to take out his lockpicking kit as well as a variety of other implements and start just knocking out the right points of the runes to basically disrupt the magical locking before using his lockpick to pick the actual lock itself.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't going to be overly complex lock either, so you pop the door open.
Success. Yes.
Inside is exactly what you would imagine a mage's laboratory to be. There's crackling energy coming from different arcane devices. There's notes scattered everywhere. There's, potions to one side. And in one corner, there is about a 4-foot cylindrical tube that has a red liquid kind of sloshing around in it.
Uh, VV basically basically gets out his own notepad,
Hmm.
copies down the notes that have been written down, as well as making his own various notes.
Okay. Uh, just do a real quick intelligence check. Just to know how much of this you can include your arcana. We want to make sure
would it
you
be-
get accurate notes.
Okay, Arcana or investigation?
Whichever one you want to use.
Okay, I'm going to use investigation because I have expertise in that.
Okay.
Then did we go with him? Like, are we looking in the room?
No, he said he
Okay.
went without you guys.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make very good notes of everything. Like I said, for the most part, a lot of this will probably be beyond you magically speaking, but you did make notes of everything. So you're going around, I guess, sort of like making sketches, the arcane devices and things like that.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
going to be worth something to someone.
Sure. So this will be something you can study more later on. As you're getting to that cylindrical tube with the red liquid, you hear a voice in your head say, "Ah, a new one." The liquid seems to swirl in a way that suddenly there is a face looking back at you.
Vivi looks. Vivi adjusts his mask. Greetings.
Hello. You are not usually in here. No one else is in here outside the mage.
What can I say? His home seemed intriguing.
Have you found anything interesting to your senses?
There is some red liquid talking to my head, if that counts.
I suppose that is a unique experience for most of you.
It's been somewhat enlightening, this trip. He's just like, he's trying. It's like he's got a mask on. He's basically trying his best to guard his emotional state, his mental state, well, as best he can.
That's understandable. The thing in here just seems more curious than anything else. You are a disruption to its normal static day.
That's pretty much Vivi's MO. I'm assuming you wish to speak to me, otherwise you wouldn't have immense communications.
Well, outside of my own curiosity, I don't know if we have that much to speak about. The mage rarely likes to communicate with me. He prefers to guard his own thoughts, but he uses me as a sounding board, if nothing else, I suppose.
That is an unfortunate existence.
It has been a tiresome one, to be sure.
Well, I am in no situation to help you alleviate your situation, but you have my sympathies for what it's worth.
It's like, yes, I believe the term thank you would be appropriate here.
You're most welcome. Now, I must part. If you could not mention that I was here, that would be appreciated.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. That will be a 13.
Well, I have no particular reason to hide or reveal your appearance here. I suspect that he will know something has happened. He doesn't like interruptions.
I am well aware. I'm well aware that my presence would not be going unnoticed. It's more of the fact of if it's exactly me or someone else might have come in here.
Then perhaps I can be of assistance in that. If you release me, I can make sure to cover up that who was here. He will probably assume that I found a way out, and that will be of greater concern to him.
Would it be a greater concern to anyone else other than the mage?
Well, that is subjective at best. It would be of great concern to me, obviously.
What would be your intent other than covering my presence here?
Freedom.
Freedom
Is that not what all sentient creatures desire most?
How would I go about freeing you?
You could crack this case that I am in. It does not need to be a large crack, just enough that I can work with.
Just the tip.
What are you exactly?
That is a complex question for any living creature, isn't it? What are you exactly?
I am me.
And I am me.
Damn.
Quick talk.
I'm gonna just cast. I just want to fuck with him. I'm gonna cast sending and just start doing another voice in his head that's not mine, and just like hello and good evening. And just fuck with him, and it's like you can respond to this message.
Like,
If we weren't in the middle of an important moment, I would allow that, but we need to keep it.
No, I know.
I guess if you wish more detail, obviously I am not in here of my own volition. That would make me a prisoner.
yes, but were you a prisoner for your own deeds or simply because of your existence?
It would be the former. My
What deeds
creator placed me in here prior to his death.
And what is your existence? What are you here? What is your existence made for?
That is a complex question, once again. I will attempt to put it into terms that will make sense to a mortal. I was created in an attempt to empower him. And he was quite successful from my perspective.
So you are some sort of organically infused steroid.
In simplistic terms, yes. I'll let you roll another persuasion to try to get him to go into greater detail.
Okay. That's a 12.
He feels that he has he's concerned about overloading your mind. He doesn't know how intelligent or mentally flexible you are.
As much. Are there any notes on you in this place?
Oh yes, this mage has made numerous notes about me in an attempt to understand how to harness my abilities.
If I was to study those notes, would I be able to come to a decision later on, as per our agreement?
I really couldn't say, as I am not privy to what is in those notes. I don't believe you will find anything that would make me morally reprehensible to you beyond the fact that I am clearly disturbing. But that is a faculty of all mortals that I have come across.
You would be correct in that matter, but in my line of work, more information is better than no information.
Well, I will attempt to alleviate that. I, like most sentient creatures, am not a creation of my own design. I am what I was made. A sorcerer sought to increase his strength. In doing so, he gave life to me. I resided within him. Together, we were more powerful than he was, but he feared the aspect that he could not control. And so he sealed us within this vase before his death.
Us?
We were one. He perished, but I lived on.
What would your intentions be if I were to free you?
To be free. To live my existence.
Would your existence impede my the current state of my well-being, or anyone I deem a companion?
Not knowing you or your companions, that's a hard thing to answer, but I would say this. I would go away from here. I would not harm anyone within the vicinity, and then I could live my life in my own way.
With that, Vivi takes out this small narrow implement and just taps it on the screen.
Oh, you're going to have to hit this thing fairly hard. This is a magically reinforced container.
Strength, not my cup of tea.
Well, I mean, you are. This isn't so much like an actual strength check. This is more of a deliberate act. Like, this isn't just cracking a fish tank.
Yeah.
You need to. You're using tools, so I'll give you proficiency with it.
Yeah. Okay, so what can I use? Dex or strength?
We do need to make this strength. You can add guidance and, like I said, your tool proficiency.
Okay, so that's +3. That's a 23.
Nice. Yeah, you punch a hole straight through this thing, and it begins to seep out. And you hear it say, "How much obfuscation would you like in your being here? You can leave, and I can completely destroy everything in here, or we can leave it just minor inconvenience." And he will think I simply escaped and left.
Make it so my presence is not detected, but leave damage to a minimum.
Very well. I will give you time to leave before I begin.
Vivi leaves.
Okay.
And praise to whatever gods are listening to. He's not made a big mistake.
We literally have books in the library that you can walk into that show you that this kind of thing is a bad thing.
He hasn't been able to get access to the library yet.
Nothing bad can come from doing things like this.
On Tuesday nights, the door into it is located on the third door of the feasting banquet hall, but you have to walk through that door and into the room that has the giant amount of people dancing with cakes. That on Mondays is on the other side of the building.
Yeah. He's been really hasn't made much of an attempt to know the layout of the castle because it's the castle. He's been mainly working in town to work on his own projects.
I would like to also point out that, remember, the layout of the castle is determined by your king's will saves, and right now he's a puppet.
But he's always a puppet. Just because he's got a sock puppet now doesn't mean that there's any difference.
A puppet of a puppet.
So,
wait, I haven't met the king, have I?
Yeah, you have. It's Gilith.
Oh, then yeah, good. Yeah, I knew that. Totally wouldn't have forgotten the king or anything like that. Would never.
You want to recognize him now, but
yeah, I forget this is y'all's first time actually playing together.
Okay.
But yes, you have met Gilith. He's a very friendly sort, unless of course you annoy him, and then he uses his strange abilities to make you a permanent resident of his town.
Janlos annoy anybody? No.
So with all of that taken care of, we will, we're back in real time once again. And Gilith, you can be puppet Gilith King as long as you want. I'm not going
Yeah.
to.
Hang on, let me re-roll and see if they're still in puppet mode or not.
Yeah.
Okay, 11 on that.
Okay.
And once again, Archie comes in to make the regular player's life worse.
Yes. So, with Joseph maybe a little bit hungover, you have the Swamp Witch's prediction. What do you guys want to do with all your newfound toys?
So Joseph's hungover and laying down, correct? Correct. Because of like, or he's
No.
just hungover.
When Joseph is hungover, what he does is he tries to find the nearest source of bacon, because bacon is the cure and cause of all ills.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
you're not wrong.
The smoke method that is cooking today has cooked something he says is bacon, but it is so blackened you can't identify the original animal.
Are you gonna eat that too? You gonna
He
put
just
that.
he just grabs it by both hands and just starts chomping down on it. There's just like it's an automatic response. Somebody has told him it is bacon. He just goes grab, honk, honk, honk.
It could be so bad.
Do
So
I need to
would-
make a constitution check?
Would lesser restoration help his his status any?
It would. It would take the edge off.
Oh no, I want to see him edge it out. No, we're good. All right. Just know I have that option.
Okay.
Just
So while he's chewing on that, the rest of you guys can actually read the paper, which I've already read once. So
Janus is gonna read the paper and pet his newly found skeleton. Create it skeleton. I'm just gonna
Okay.
pet it. It's probably taller than me, and I'm just gonna.
yeah, it's ogre size. It's large.
Yeah, it's definitely taller than me. I'm still petting it like it's a dog. Don't worry. This makes perfect
Why are
sense.
you Why are you stroking its back? That That's just creepy. It's not a cat.
You don't know. All right, watch, meow. Watch, it's gonna meow. I'm just gonna keep petting it and hope it does something.
The skeleton does nothing because it doesn't have vocal cords. However, the kitten that Joseph brought back does hiss and run through the shadows.
Oh Jesus!
I love you too. Fluffums.
The real BBEG is gonna be the cat. Does it taste good?
It's really smoky.
I'm just gonna poke it with my dirty ass hand.
I just start trying to put it into your mouth. Like, here, try.
No, that's okay. That's
I
okay.
cannot
No.
believe that Jesse is our most focused player today.
I imagine it like John's in the room and he's just like has a full on like water skin and he's just downing water and as he is like the rainbow is just slowly dissolving away and it's just since it was inhaled whatever it was so he's just letting it go through the system faster and it's slowly going away.
I look at Gilith and I go, "You told me we weren't the bad guys, but apparently we have to be the bad guys to make everything right."
I am more neutral in the ways of things.
One cannot be neutral in the ways of evil.
I will prove you wrong, sir. When we play chess, I play checkers. When we have tomato, I go tomato.
I'm sorry.
You go HP, I go Dell.
What is more evil? The tax man or the guy who owns the store on the corner that doesn't give you the correct change ever?
The taxpayer. I win. This is a loophole. Loophole found. You're welcome.
Only because it pays for the armies. But yeah. Technically, you're right. That wasn't the choice given.
Loophole. Journalist was like, look, loophole.
But no, we're according to this prophecy, in order for us to get things back onto balance, or for anything to get back onto balance, there's going to have to be a lot of blood flow. Well, my thing is that we probably should keep it only limited to the jerk off who thinks that, keeping things in a perpetual summer is great for everyone, because happy fun times. Everybody loves summer. There's bikinis. There's, wandering off on the side of the beaches, when in reality everything starts baking. There's no real amounts of rainfall in order for crops to finally come to harvest. And then the fact that half the crops don't actually come to fruition.
From what I can see,
So
you don't
we
mind
need to do
getting
something
baked.
before.
Well, just remind me. Thank you, Joseph. I was going to put in the law to have an age limit on bikinis. Thank you.
So let's go.
Preferably
blood.
between the ages of 18 and 55, depending upon factors. But never mind. Let's not get let's just
Is that excluding elves?
Sometimes the greatest horror in life is seeing something that should never be there. I don't think we should create a law like that.
And done. And he just hands it off to Withers. Thank you.
Of course, sir.
Just try. Just sits there. And
Giles, how
chomping on the
exactly did you word that law?
First, let me roll to determine that factor.
I am so afraid of this moment.
This is the moment you pre-regret it.
13. So basically the way that in the wording of Joseph with minor misspelling.
Okay. I want to hear how Giles says it, though.
You got it. By hearing of the most handsome and bestest of king, new law into the ways of this gorgeous heat, and the ways pertaining to bikinis. The age limit of turns of this fabric shall be between the ages of 18 and questionable 54.
Okay. Thank you.
With love, King Gilathator.
I honestly just wanted to make sure that you didn't accidentally say it, that it was mandatory.
No.
Like I said, your will matters here, and you tend to word things in such a way that they can be misinterpreted.
Vivi's got a quick eye up the document. Turns to Giles, if you do realize that also counts for elves.
How is this wrong?
You do elf 18. An 18-year-old elf is essentially a 5-year-old human.
Brothers, bring it back.
Sir, if I might interject, Mr. Vivi, an 18-year-old elf has still lived 18 summers and is just as intelligent and wise as a human of similar age.
You obviously haven't met some of the 18-year-old elves I've met.
To
I
be
did
fair,
not say that was particularly wise or intelligent, sir.
but
All right. Giles rolled a 6, so I just imagine he just went for for elves, do your thing, and he just hands it back.
elves, you
Very
do
well,
you.
sir.
Freedom
And
of
Withers
the
is gone
No,
again.
that is so open-ended.
You're gonna just have-
It's a good thing your land is fall while the rest is summer, so it's honestly probably not going to come up too much.
It's like a wacky law within
Yes,
here,
yes.
but they just somewhere else you do you. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah, the paperwork will be if they see an elf in a bikini, we'll have to make a judgment call.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
they're just like.
You got,
God.
you got elves in bikini windmilling down the road, like and shit like this. Yeah,
Welcome to all of our new viewers. This is fairly standard when there isn't a direct enemy.
Yeah, just imagine just like there's like somewhere there's a beach, so like this is just like a stop on the way there, so
Mhm.
people unload their carts. It's like,
Yeah,
hi,
there-
welcome to Avalia.
Yeah, there's definitely a river that's passing by not too far away, and if your land keeps growing, it will begin to encroach on all of that.
Or if Giles believes there's a beach at some point, eventually it may come to existence.
Yes, it will probably manifest on his own now.
I just look at Gileth and I go, what are we going to do about mankinis then?
They should be
Okay, you
abolished.
shut up now. I already did enough work for today.
He's-
I made one law. That's enough for 1 week.
I was just kind of wave the paper, like, "Hey guys, don't we have to do something about this?" And I'm just waving.
Yeah.
The paper.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. In order for us to do something about that, we have to find out who the a-hole is who started the entire eternal summer thinking it's a great thing, because I think that they should be the one that, is punished the most for disbalancing stuff and potentially starting fires across all of creation.
I could put my feelers out and see what I can find out.
Good idea. I'll try finding out some information through my networks as well.
I'll pray about it.
Janlos, that was actually what I was going to say could be a best idea ever, because somebody's going to answer at some point, whether it be, the most stoned out god who looks at what I'm doing and just goes, he needs to not do that anymore because when he visits my realm, it's not fun. He runs around and he raids the jelly bean.
The jelly bean tree.
And it leaves all the black ones.
Lays on the black.
I like the black ones.
That no one ever. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's one of the.
I'm gonna
like, you're
start a
eating
war
some-
in chat if I'm not careful now.
No.
Things
Uh,
you're eating.
As the voice of the world, black jelly beans are horrible.
Yeah.
Fight
Yeah.
me, chat. Fight me.
Like
Bring it.
it's the jelly bean. The black ones are like, oh, you know what? You're eating the good ones, and then you get the one black
No,
jelly
you don't
bean,
eat them.
and
You
it's
throw
like-
them out.
Yeah,
No,
well,
you
you're not
throw
paying attention.
it to me.
Okay, Vivi's gonna die soon from licorice poisoning. Okay.
Worst ways to go.
I mean, just because we're potentially going to have to be the bad guys doesn't mean that we have to be bad guys, right?
I believe I am neutral.
There are gray areas.
Oh, if we can relate.
Coming from the
I-
religious guy,
like-
there is gray
Yeah,
areas everywhere.
Looking at my character sheet, I believe my alignment is chaotic neutral.
And that's when Joseph pulled out a gun.
You were an adventurer until you took a shot to the knee.
So we're gonna. put
Grumpler,
out-
I'm gonna give you a free trick roll for what you put in chat.
Like, I believe passive perception 25 allows him to see through the fourth wall.
No.
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 Damn.
The fourth wall tends to be a negative in that regard. That's where, Joseph or Giles does something so unbelievably.
And you're outvoted, pal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That
We have a
is
council of
that
the
is the
fourth wall.
realm
We-
of weird stuff. If anything, you see Joseph and Giles occasionally talking to walls.
And
that
managing
was a-
viewers.
Oh, fuck.
Like, comment, and subscribe to get that algorithm going.
Okay. Back on track, guys.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
As I roll for random.
No, I mean, we need to definitely find out some way to bring everything back into a definite harmony. And I think with the current situation, yeah, that is calling for us to be the bad guys. but we don't have to be bad guys.
All right. So, do we have any ideas how we can get the ball rolling, so to say?
We'll find information and then start raiding and pillaging without murder. Just taking resources and land and people into a more just system and education area.
So kidnapping, not murder.
Not so much kidnapping as forced annexation of land and acquisition, and then relinquishing it upon need as necessary as natural forces of balance require of us. But yeah, we're gonna have to invade some places and take some people and find out more information to point us in the right direction of stopping the idiot who is trying to disbalance the world
So
with
we're gonna kill people.
summertime vibes, because sometimes everybody needs a chai. Sometimes the basic people just need their pumpkin spice lattes.
I told you we outland those things.
I believe I have the sneaking suspicion that at the end of this we're going to be fighting a surfer wizard.
I think at the
Get out
end,
of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
I think at the end of this, our uniforms are going to have skulls on the helmets.
That's what they have now. They just have not passed draft yet. We're working on the rough drafts, and soon they'll have them.
Well, you need to get Dolce sugarcane on the drafting for the clothing.
And that's
Okay.
where
Oh,
a dust muffet comes in and it's like, okay, we have the new one, and it's just a giant, overly sized skull helmet that is impractical.
That's it. I'm going
We put
to do...
bigger fangs on it, so they actually pierce into the wearer's skin.
All right.
When I said it needed to be more secure, I meant not that.
Can I
Okay.
make a history check to design this helmet to some form of battle standard, from what I understand it?
Oh,
history.
And I will assist.
I will give guidance because this seems like something that I
Okay.
would want to be involved with.
I will say, with all of this, Joseph, make the roll at advantage with guidance.
What's guidance?
D4.
Is,
Just
all right.
do-
I'm also going to be using one of my psionic power things as well.
Is this what brings teamwork into this game? Is about
I
the
feel
design?
I feel
Yeah,
like there's
like-
enough going on. I'll include a trick roll in it all, because this is literally
Oh my
everybody
God.
combining their forces. We have everything but heart.
We have
here.
this ongoing world problem.
This is
What is that?
All right,
I
I'm not
just-
actually including the trick roll. I want to see what the real roll is.
So the real roll is actually 24.
Oh yeah.
Designing this helmet.
All right, Kyle, feel free to design the helmet, and present official artwork later on.
Okay. I
Be-
definitely will.
That's just because if we spend the rest of this session brainstorming what your uniforms look like, there will
That's
be
when I
no
just
story.
basically bring up Photoshop and just share my screen with Andy, and we're all just like become dictionary.
While that could be fun, I feel like
Everyone's so
that
be
that
so
definitely
confused.
needs to be a side quest episode.
Yeah. Anyway, so
If you don't mind, I'll go get my feelers. Start feeling.
I
Yeah.
guess I'll drop to my knees and
I will let everybody. We'll say, you take a couple of days to do your various searches. Pick how what role you were applying to that search, as long as you can justify it. Obviously, athletics would be a hard sell, but I'll hear it out if you want to try it.
I want to athletically pray to my God doing flips while I'm
I think with my character in the investigation or persuasion.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I'm going to use persuasion on mine, but I'll be right back. I need a quick bio break.
Okay.
I'm gonna do religion on mine because I'm praying, so it makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna go investigation.
Okay.
Okay. So that's an 18 on his end.
Okay. I'll get everybody's, and then we'll do it all at once.
Dirty 20 on religion.
Okay. And that was Janlos. And he was at 18, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
While
And,
waiting, I'm going to give it to his drink.
yeah. So while we're waiting on them, King Giles, give me another wisdom save for your lands.
Sure. All right. We're doing better. 5.
Okay.
Jeez.
Your castle now has more shrubbery in it.
Well, usually we have more growth in the spring, not fall. Okay.
You have black jelly bushes growing in pots.
Nice.
Black jelly bean bushes.
Oh, no,
I
that's so nice.
imagine the chef is having a field day with this discovery.
Uh,
it's like, look what we found. It's like, yes.
Yeah. They bring you a basket full of black jelly beans. I word for a living. I word good. Make them sound nice.
All right, let me
Yeah.
do even odds if Gileth is favors these. Evens, yes. Odds, no. No. So I just imagine there's just the scene ends. There's just a random like black spot on the wall because he spat him out.
Yes. They litter every corner now, and they are growing wild throughout your lands.
And it's that moment, it's like, this was a fine dinner scheme. We should share it for the people and not me anymore.
All right.
I just look at Giles and go, why don't we just say it's a fine delicacy and trick the foreigners into eating them?
This is why you were my word man. Thank you.
I can't wait until you have dignitaries over and they get black jelly beans in their salad.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's just
Okay.
so bad. That's so bad.
Thank you. I have my moments. Joseph, what was your particular role?
27.
Okay, in what regard? Like
In regards to persuasion.
No, okay, persuasion. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, since you all did especially well, I was going to try and do this slightly in order. Janlos, you see that this is definitely. I'm not going to say it is a work of another god, but there is a belief system in place. Someone feels that they are doing the right thing by their interpretation of just how they interpret things. They think they're doing good. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean they're doing right, but they absolutely believe this is a good cause. So, like I said, I'm not going to say religious order, but it's a group of people that are up to something.
Oh my god, a group of stuff wizards.
Vivi and Joseph, with your particular roles, you know that the Knights of Shelter have been seen out more and more throughout the land, and based on what you've rolled, you can most people don't realize right away that summer hasn't ended until it's well past its time. But if you were to track the reports, you will see that as they are spreading out in a circle that is beginning to encompass your area, that's where the weather patterns are changing. And they are spreading out from in a circular pattern.
Where's the dead center to the circle then? If I'm able to, with the rumors that I've gotten, am I able to
Well, yeah.
literally circumnavigate to where the center of the circle is?
I mean, it's not hard to find the center of a circle. It's by its very nature, it's a straight line from where they are to where they've been. So, no, it's not a problem.
Okay. And where's the origin point of this coming from?
I mean, nothing notable. It's a point on a map, but not one that anybody really. It's not a It's not anything anybody's ever talked about. It's just a town.
By the name of?
Townburg. You know, I've never done good with names. I'm not going to start now. This is
Well, let's
Townburg.
see.
It was founded by Jim Townsend.
Nice, nice.
The city of Townsville.
No, Townburg.
Townie. The city of Townie.
They actually have a rivalry with Townsville.
We're
Have respect, man. They're already been down each other's throats.
Yeah. Like Jim Townsend was the son of the mayor of Townsville, but when they had a falling out, he's like, "Fine, I'm just going to leave," and he took some people with him, and they started up Townburg. And that's why when Andy tells you the name of this location isn't important, it's because he's just going to make up something stupid. Because I started Expendable Crew in the land of Wildom because it was founded by King William. Don't make me come up with names on the fly. They are horrible.
I feel sorry
And
for
now,
the
and now
James.
you've introduced this place. Jill's will be like, all right, first place to invade, down.
Right?
I mean,
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
like I named a place Hill yet.
Yeah.
And next we'll find a called a creature named Buffalo.
Yes. Just wait until I start making, until, you know, like I tell you, like, oh, this is the orc land of Straka, and you find out that just means strong hill.
Uh-huh.
And then somebody else called it Stracklock Hill, and now it's Strong Hill. And that will go on because that's how places get named. Names are stupid when you really think about them.
Yeah, it's like someone naming their child Jesse.
Oh, jeez.
Do you have a brother named?
The last name
No.
Johnson. I'm literally, I'm not even the son of John, but somewhere in my family there was like, the only thing notable about us, son, is my name. Like,
It always,
Dad, I want a war. Yes, but you will always be the son of John. You take that with you. You bring it out into the world. None of your other accomplishments matter. You are the son of John.
I mean, Cochrane's not a real good follower of last name.
We're not going to
either.
go any further into that.
Like, you think that's bad? I'm a writer named with a surname named Story.
You know what? At least that was better than your father's name.
You're not wrong.
I will continue to argue that. People who were named, if you have the last name Son in your name, it means that whatever you've accomplished was less notable than who your dad was.
Well, in some aspects, you're not wrong on that on my part. My dad was quite notorious. I mean, notable.
Yeah. And that's why we're going to move on with the game now.
All right, so we know where we're heading.
We're a focus group.
We
Yep.
know exactly where we're heading.
We're focused on causing as much chaos as possible in and out of character.
I think we're the
Chaos
same focus group that thought the next Mountain Dew being named by the internet was great.
No, we're the focus group that thought that the American remake of Death Note was a good idea.
No, I will not be a part
No,
of that.
no.
No.
Okay, no.
Listen,
no.
there's a line, and
Imagine
that's the
this is
line.
the council meeting right now because we have to make sure we take care of all business before we head it out.
Yeah.
I am not on that line.
And
no.
let's just say that Grimthorn has been less available lately. He's had questions for you about if anyone has been in his sanctum. He wants to remind you that no one is allowed in his sanctum, and if he finds out someone is, then all deals will be off and he will be leaving. Oh,
Something happened? Grimthorn, are you okay?
Joseph, one other thing that you heard in your rumors, because with the 27 you did gain a little extra. This doesn't seem to be related to weather. It's just that there are some strange towers that are popping up, and people aren't really sure what's going on with them. Mostly because the average person doesn't investigate weird stuff. You know, weird stuff gets you killed.
Guys, somebody's putting up weird erections all over the place.
Clockwork
enough.
towers. They seem to be clockwork towers.
It wasn't me. I don't know.
Guys, somebody's putting up very weird clockwork towers, like erecting them out in the middle of nowhere.
I want to thank
apparently.
everybody for joining us for Trick Roll because I'm burning this to the ground. Jesse will be allowed to join me in my next show.
Wait, I did nothing to do with anything.
You're not
For
helping.
once.
I'm innocent.
For once.
No, the
I'm
towers
sorry, it's
do
the correct
have
word.
a certain clockwork element to them, but again, that's
Are they orange?
not that you heard. I get the reference. I'm avoiding it.
Wise.
I mean,
That's
there are
such a-
some gems in there, but people like, I guess maybe it was a light reddish color. If the light hit it right, you could call it orange.
So are we hopping on the towers or we're going to town?
I
And
think
that's
in
why
order for
Jesse's
us,
the only person who's allowed to join me in the next game.
I'm like, you know what? I can join. Screw it. Why not? Let me just jump
I
right
think
in.
I think we need to gather together an army, train them appropriately, set up some basic fundamental laws on how invasions are to work for our people. That way we don't kill unnecessarily and destroy crops unnecessarily. And investigate both while doing the actions that would set forward the events to correct the endless summer.
Yes, I do follow you, Joseph, but why do we get mercenaries? People already know how to fight, know what they're doing, rather than just we try to bring townsfolk again.
Because that costs a lot
Because-
of money.
Why
Yeah,
don't
because-
we just go and kill everybody
I'm not really into the whole murder thing.
on accident?
That's manslaughter, almost as bad.
I look to Vivi and I go, if summer doesn't end, many more people are going to die of starvation because wheat crops will not ripen. They will fail. If we don't end summer, many areas are going to burn because summer's not ending doesn't allow for autumn and winter rains to re-enliven the groundwater, and everything will dry out. We need to do something about this because it's it's going to end up killing more people than anything else.
I get the meaning. I get the reasons why. I just don't like the word murder. Maybe the redistribution of life would be a better, more fitting way.
I'll
to put it.
introduce them to their gods. Look at that. Is that better for you, Vivi?
Shuffling them on to the next cycle of reincarnation.
Better.
I'm being their light to the dark.
At the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
And which is really a train.
It's just Janlos on a fireball stuff.
Okay, so
Now I die.
so how exactly are you going to initiate this plan? Because you've already seen what happens when you try to train your townspeople to be warriors. You did such a poor job of showing them how to do anything that they devolved into just efficiently killing one another, which didn't seem to decrease their numbers the next day.
Thanks for that, Flash.
I look to Gileth. And I go, Gileth, do you think you could craft a declaration for the people to follow you into war and win in such a way that it would be followed by them to the very letter of it, with them being enthusiastic and letting out that side that we saw them let out earlier when I screwed up in training them?
What if we just
But
take us
in a controlled Of course, we're going to have to go, Janlos. We're going to have to do this no matter what, because this has to be corrected. And we're the only ones who I know of that have a prophecy right here declaring how it's going to be crafted. It's just that we need more than just 4 people of questionable intelligence and morals.
Hey. I take offense to people questioning my intelligence.
I don't question your intelligence, Vivi. I know just exactly how low it can be at times.
I'm just saying,
Like-
why do we want to risk the townspeople when we can just strategically go about this and just kill Vivi in the process on accident?
I don't know how it would work in regards to reclaiming land into the kingdom of Evalia in order to correct this, and then being able to let it go. Because if it's just us, how are we going to bring about autumn in this regards?
We're gonna
And-
swing it up.
More importantly, how in the world are we going to be able to keep the kingdom from being overtaken by somebody else within the kingdom if we're away on our own and everybody else here is still here?
Hey, I remember. Hey, are we still in good terms with that dragon we just freed?
You can try to send a message to him. But
Oh, I mean, if
messages
anything,
through
well, like-
mundane means take a while.
If anything, that would be quite a feat where it's like people's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take over the kingdom," and boom, dragon.
But if I
Okay.
cast sending to try to talk to the dragon, would that work?
You didn't meet the dragon, so I will
That
say
sucks.
make me an arcana check at disadvantage, please. I will give
On
you the
this-
opportunity.
To attempt to do the dragon thing?
Yes, based on them telling you about the dragon, we're going to see if you can form that connection.
Oh, okay. Disadvantage. Oh, yeah. It's a 3.
Okay,
You can't-
what
you can't
message
take
do you
age.
want to send out to the dragon?
I don't know the dragon. I don't even know the
No,
dragon's
I
name.
didn't tell you if you knew the dragon or not. I'm asking you what message do you want to send? You don't know what the die roll means.
Oh, jeez. Let me expend a spell slot real fast. There we go. Yep.
Don't worry, you won't be going out on the adventure this day because you guys have already spent a
Oh.
lot of time arguing.
Oh,
about
cool. I'm just gonna just be like, hey, we need your help. You don't know me. I don't know you either. But that's it. That's about it. We just need your assistance. And then I'll say King Gileth's name. Like maybe, hopefully, I picked the right name randomly. But my king needs assistance. that's about it.
There is a voice that replies back to you. In your time of need, you may call upon me, but be ready to pay the price.
Man,
I'm just gonna let the guys know. Hey guys, I've got help. All I need to do is call. Oh wait, what's his name? I don't know the name, but they're here offering to help.
what are they asking for?
Nothing.
Uh,
They just.
you can actually sense, even though he's got a mask, you can sense Phoebe's eyes narrowing.
Janlos is just like, no, he didn't ask for anything. He just said if I needed help, he would come.
Don't trust him.
I know that works for me.
Joseph's sense of bullshit is tingling, but he doesn't know what bullshit is tingling. He's just like, I sense bullshit. But I don't know what part of this is bullshit.
I could go into like a real detail. So I was praying.
I will say, Janlos, if you want to request that the dragon solve your problem, you can point him in the right direction.
This is too much power.
Oh no.
Can I put this on the back burner? I need thoughts into this.
Sure. I mean, it's you know, all you gotta do is call out to the dragon, and he will help you.
Awesome. Oh, look at that. We're good. Yeah.
It might only be one time. You know, you don't know this. You know, you can try twice, but you know you've got them at least once.
Awesome.
Just say, all right, cool, go deal with that for us, and
Let me
please
put
and
this.
thank you.
Let me put this note in here.
Okay.
Questionable dragon assistance. Questionable. There we go.
I love
There
that this is like one of those planning sessions that's going to lead into an epic battle. But you guys have done such a poor job of planning, even I don't know how it's going to go out. Like when Critical Role is working on their, at dawn we ride type sessions. At least they had an army at their disposal.
We do too.
No, it was at
Look,
dawn we plan. That was the session.
Yeah, it's amazing. I actually another session I realized how much like Loris cleric I am. I don't think I've casted one heal spell and as a cleric in the other group.
I'm just sitting here as the rogue going, I've helped steal a kingdom. Now I've got to help steal summer away. But yeah. Oh man. No, Joseph is going to look between Janlos and Jylith and go, okay, do you two have a better plan other than, dragon burning countryside, us rallying together the peasants in order to go forward and invade the city of Townburg?
That is going to be like weeks of travel. And if you try to bring an army with you, they travel a little slower. Like, this isn't next door. This is hundreds of miles away.
I know, but this is still like
I know. I just realized I didn't put that out there, and sometimes players think, "Oh, we're just going to skip over to the next town, 3 countries away."
No, in this case, we're going to be burning and looting stuff for the next possible 4 months while we're trying to get to this place, only for us to get there, and it's just going to be a waylaid wasteland, summer sun baked with some dude in shiny white armor going, I have brought forth greatness and good, and we're just going to be like, and we're just, no.
At the end of the day, it's just Janlos' twins. Hey, what's up, guy? Just like chilling there.
It's like, stop, take a seat.
Let's grab a few beers.
Would you like your black bean beer?
Would you like a jelly bean beer? A licorice beer. Oh man!
Get out of my head. That's gonna become a thing if I don't wheel it out now.
The beer method says, "I'm on it, sir." He didn't exist until just now, and he rolled a nat 1 on that roll.
Oh no! Quick, someone give me poison control, and then let's get poison control. Now you're a team that knows about poison.
That's why you've got a royal assassin. I will know about poisons.
Oh, you're poisoned.
I'll know about
3 weeks to
poisons
live.
to cure it. I know how to cure poison. That's about it.
In our luck, we're gonna get some guy who can identify poisons. That's about it. He's like, oh,
I know how. I know
you are
how
also poisoned.
I also know how to obtain poisons.
Since I've already broken character multiple times, I'm just going to say to the audience out there, this is why you ask your players to do some pre-planning before the session. I love these guys, but at the same time, what we've accomplished today is creating an ogre skeleton, releasing a mysterious entity, gaining the help of a mysterious entity, and black jelly bean beer.
And age restrictions on bikinis.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
unless you're an elf, do your thing.
That's
And
quite a bit of
thing.
that's a lot of accomplishments. I think.
To be fair, that's a lot
and
for one group in one day.
Anyone in
There are people
politics
who
is
have
just
to work for weeks to release mysterious entities.
Exactly.
We do it in about half an hour.
And you've given us 2 opportunities to have done that.
Yep. So, yeah. You've got all the information. There's a couple of quick solutions in there if you want to call upon them.
I just look at everyone are gathered and I go, so one person says, let's just the four of us do it. I don't know unless we have some silly MacGuffin fall out of the sky that we'll be able to necessarily do it, just four of us on our own. I mean, normally that takes about a group of 8 coming out of a council that pretty much says everything's doomed unless somebody does this, and then the smallest, tiniest person is forced to take on the greatest object, even though it's probably about the same size as a ring.
Breathe, Joseph, breathe.
He just quoted the Lord of the Rings.
Yes, he did.
We've got us moving out with the entire army of darkness that is still untrained and possibly going to hurt itself more than us.
Oh, I
But
forgot,
do we have a-
Joseph, you also have access to some amount of Shadowhounds. Because he performed a ritual to bind Shadowhounds to him.
But if we have the Army of Darkness, where is Bruce?
I just lift up my shirt and
you mean Ashley?
yeah, I just lift up my shirt and you see this tiny little face on the side of Joseph's chest.
No, don't will that. Don't will that. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I know you don't will that. In this house.
Gileth, make a wisdom save.
This is your own doing.
It is.
11.
11. Okay. There is a drawing like somebody took a charcoal pen and drew on him.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, so it looks like you had a little too much fun during your days of recovery.
That was the donkey.
The face makes a face, sticks out its tongue at you.
It's the donkey.
Which was like if a 2D drawing were to change and stick its tongue out at you.
At which point, Joseph then puts his shirt back down, tucks it back into his trousers, and he's just like, so.
Now quit screwing around with me because you're in Halloween Town and I will make it all real.
That is real. That's actually part of the bargain, remember?
I didn't remember what elements of your bargain you had.
We went with the dark aspect where he's got a parasite that is living
see,
in
I
it
forgot
as part of him.
about that.
Yeah.
But
Because I thought,
still.
oh, Vampire Hunter D, but it's Joseph. Therefore, it's going to be attached to his chest, make sarcastic remarks, and tell him, you need to study more.
Okay, so
That's
you got to
gonna be a
remind me
bad
of that because
Because that could have come in handy.
So Janlos is down for whatever plan deems best.
Okay, and yes, and apparently now we have canonically made its name Ashley.
Sounds about right.
Now, and barring that, hiring mercenaries with money that we don't have, which would mean that we would actually either have to kill them in order to not have to end up with a bill, or give them vast amounts of land, in which case they'll probably either die happy and fat and off of pumpkins and nutmeg and turnips. Lots of turnips. Actually, the turnips aren't so bad. I kind of like the turnip soup. Or we have, a dark mystical voice that we don't know if it actually is the dragon, do something about it, which I kind of don't want to do. Because knowing us is going to come back.
You should totally unleash the darkness. Unleash it all upon this world. That'll cool things off. That's how it works. You block out the sun and it gets colder. That's just science.
And meanwhile, Giant's like, don't will that, and just a lantern goes out. Darkness!
But yeah.
All right.
I mean, Janlos, you've got, what's your idea? Vivi, what's your idea? Janlos, we know your idea, but we don't have a MacGuffin to take with us to be able to perform that ritual.
All right. So,
You have everything you need. You just have to lean into it.
all right. Anyway,
It's
normally
not
my
like
plan.
it's not like a fence pole. I can't lean into it forever.
Joseph, stop talking to your body and look at me.
You know, if you take the
No.
crown, you could.
Anyway, so I'm very hesitant of the idea. I'm just going about the bringing the townsfolk to be our army again. But again, my plan would prefer mercenaries, very capable men or women. But again, we don't have the funds for that. So, here's the thing. You are a man of words. That's one of the reasons why we're good friends. So, I know I have a gift here. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm sure if you be word guy and I be thought man, we can bring forth the proper way to bring forth our townsfolk to be the army that you want, in your vision, in the way you want. So essentially, use your words and my brain, and therefore we can probably make something out of it. I don't know how it works because it's funky at times. You saw me earlier this morning. But I'm pretty sure we can manipulate it to our advantage. It's a long shot, but I think that'll be the best outcome rather than give everyone pitchforks and say go.
I mean, there's got to be something here about the fact that the villagers always come back. There's got to be something that we're missing that's unique about this entire country that we can use to help unleash upon the land to correct this god-awful hot summer.
Well, we know they're not zombies. We tested that.
But their
Just so you
eyes...
just hear the whispers like, yes, unleash the power of this land. Do it. Do it. Do it. You know you want to.
Mhm.
You can have all the shadow hounds.
Gileth, you're getting that far away look, like as if you've got a crumpet in your hand, but you're debating jam or jelly.
A jelly bean just falls right in front of Jealous.
Oh.
I hate. My mind is empty. There's nothing here. Army, we're just talking. Another jelly bean comes out. Damn it!
Question: has anyone actually tried to study the power of this land?
Oh, we kind of know that it's connected into a deeper area, which is potentially the Shadowfell. Given the fact that everything's Halloween, given the fact that everything is late autumn harvest oriented, and there's pumpkins everywhere, but then there's a massive amount of stuff that's generally associated with darkness, evil, and Strahd. But
I will say that the average person doesn't know who Strahd is. That's meta knowledge. You can't just go around saying, yeah, it's Strahd-like and expect people to understand.
And then everyone's who's Strahd? I'm just some posh nerd. You don't need to worry about it.
Nah, he's actually generally a nice guy. Bit of a funny accent. He has a very weird taste in wines that are kind of coppery tasting.
Well, yeah, you put literal pennies in mine.
Those were
he
pearls. Those were pearls, and they dissolved.
Oh. I need to learn more.
Vivi, if you want to make an Arcana check with everything they just told you to try to understand what they're talking about,
Sure.
I feel that needs to be a standard roll for people that aren't these two.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Rolling you said Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Wait, where's my +1? Oh, it's only 18.
Okay. Vivi, you're just going to say, like, oh, yeah, they're in Autumn Town or something. Janlos.
No, just smile and nod.
Yeah. Janlos, with an 18, you know that, yes, what they are describing is This is basically a extremely large shadow crossing, which is a pathway into the Shadowfell. The Shadowfell is the exact opposite of. All right, so the Feywild is emotions run absolutely rampant. It has the full gambit of seasons, but there what you feel tends to go to 11. The Shadowfell is in the negatives. Everything boils down to the very base emotion, usually the darker side of them. There's very little enjoyment, there's very little satisfaction. It's always hollow, empty despair and anger.
And it's also attempted to actually, speaking of Strahd, have attempted to actually have Vivi's escape from Barovia.
Yeah, people get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm just. So we need to figure out what we're going with here because we have a choice between really bad tasting chocolate pizza, really bad tasting moldy bread, and really bad tasting bittersweet chocolate that's been left underneath the couch for who knows how long, and somebody just lifted it up in the middle of cleaning and thought, oh, this is a great thing to eat.
I think the pizza is the better idea still.
What the hell?
It's mozzarella.
What kind of metaphor is that?
I'm just trying to do things to.
Remember that pre-regret? It's here in full force. That makes no sense on any level. Who associates every choice with poor food options?
Because every choice is a bad one.
Just saying, you could have said that without a 2-minute description of bad food.
But would it have been the same?
No, it wouldn't have.
Exactly.
And it wouldn't have been me.
So what we're saying is we're trying to be the bad guys, but we have limited manpower and funds. There's always option of a grotesquely public, but selective distribution of life.
Are you talking about public executions?
Maybe.
That would just be doing that to our own citizens. What we need to do is affect the grander, wider area to counterbalance what's being done in the grander, wider area. This would just be being douches just for the sake of being douches at that point.
You wanted us to be evil.
No, I want us to be bad guys, but not bad guys.
Oh, air quotes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Context. We need to be able to do evil, but in this case, we're doing evil to save the world.
You do have all those people you've invited in. Just start sacrificing them. They're criminals.
Ashley talked about this.
They're already criminals. It makes it okay.
Yeah, but they're useful.
Let their
They're
blood
useful.
flow. They serve their purpose.
You see a bead of sweat drip from Vivi's mask. So it's not actually him. It's actually his mask is actually sweating.
Why is your mask sweating? How does your clothing have the ability to sweat? How is it? Is it alive? Does it have pores? Is there something talking to you within it? Does it have? Just take the mask off at that point. Just kind of like feeling it for the entirety.
Even Ashley, like, would
much
you
is
focus,
sweat?
please?
He grabs the mask, hides his face.
Focus. There is something you need to do.
Yes, I know, but we need to
But-
go about it in the right and proper way to be able to make the most amount of impact
Focus.
Yeah,
and correction.
But how closely was your character looking at Vivi's face?
Because he was like right there taking the mask
Yeah.
off, like incredibly close.
You saw basically half his face had been almost rotted off with necrotic energy.
I just hand the mask back to Vivi.
Much appreciated.
You know you could walk around without the mask.
Yes, I'm well aware, but I choose to.
Nobody would bat an eyelash here. Hell, half the people might even go, let's create an entire beauty contest around who would look as equal to you.
It's more the fact that I like to keep my identity as nondescript as possible.
You do you. Just realize that you're in an area where people aren't going to mock you for it. We're actually kind of cool here.
It's not so much the mocking; it's more the fact that it's quite noticeable what I have, and more people that can note it, the more chance I can have being picked out from a crowd.
Points through my shirt at Ashley's face.
Focus.
You
We have something to do.
Yes.
Stay on topic. Unleash the darkness.
We need to be able to control what we're going to be doing in a very wow, I'm going to be using this word a lot. Controlled manner to fix what is going wrong.
Do you like to use dominant manner? I mean, you could use that too. Just throwing out other options. Control, dominant. Just
Okay, guys,
helping.
I'm actually
Yeah,
going to
must-
outright say, please pick a path because we're almost out of time, and I can use this to craft our next session. If I don't do this, you will sidetrack again. I know it, so I have to be mean.
Yeah. So I say we cast lots in regards to this. Or if anybody's got an idea that we all can immediately agree on, put it forward now or forever keep silent. All right. So Joseph takes out a big stack of sticks, turns around, and then sorts them out into 4 separate piles, and then into cups, and then holds out 3 cups.
Or
one to
everybody
each
just
of
roll
you.
a 1d4. No, a 1d12. Let's make it a little bit more random. Let's not spend 5 minutes describing how you set up lots, because I know you'll spend that much time.
Sorry. I was actually almost done.
Sorry, but we really only have like 10 minutes left. You've gone on longer tangents.
I rolled a 10.
Okay?
I rolled it. Go ahead.
I rolled a 4.
I
One
rolled a
for me.
12. 12 for me.
Okay. So, what were the ideas that Vivi and Gilith had? Gilith seemed to be more of taking Joseph's idea and trying to form it into willpower.
Yes.
Janlos's idea was
But he rolled
Before-
lower. We're going with the top 2.
Yes.
okay.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be the jerk GM, but you guys
Yeah.
have a history of not picking a path, and
Yeah.
we need focus. So,
And Vivi's was the selective redistribution of life.
could you elaborate on that?
Assassination.
Okay. So, you have 2 choices. You can try to focus Gilith to create the army you want, or you can just find the handful of people necessary to kill, basically cut the head off the snake.
I go with cut the head off the snake.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the better one.
Okay. So it sounds like in our next session, the group will be heading out to Townsburg to assassinate the leader of the Order of the Knights of Shelter.
Look at that. We've got 6 things accomplished this session.
One of them was just the idea of what you're going to do.
Yes,
Hey.
exactly.
That's
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I hope everyone had fun. This really was an enjoyable session. It's just, like I said, from the DM's perspective, you have terrible focus and you're a shotgun and you go in every direction. You're an
We are
exploding shotgun.
We are an unfocused group.
Yes. You take a simple idea and you run it through a crystal and then you
We
chase
just
down
like
every prism.
every prism you can think of every path. We're like, yeah, this sounds like we could do
And-
this.
And as much fun as the fact that there is now a black jelly bean orchard growing out there is, I have something I can actually build upon and give you guys your assassination attempt. So we're going to call it here for tonight. I want to thank everybody who hung out with us in chat. It is, again, so much fun to have you all here. I know I enjoy it. I hope everyone else is having fun right along with me. I'm going to quit babbling now because there's food preparation going on somewhere, and I want to get in on that. Real food, not Kyle's elaborate, poorly described food. That makes no sense whatsoever.
It makes perfect sense.
In the grand scheme of things, it's all poor choices.
It's all
I'm
poor.
Andy. I am Wart Films. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Wart Films. Where can we find the rest of you guys?
Let's go in order
Sure.
as we did at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Damn it, Jesse. I'm Shivlock. You can find me at Shivlock literally everywhere. You just type it in, I pop up. And yeah, that's me.
You can find me on Twitter at Officer Treff. You can also find me out every other Sunday playing with Kyle and Andy, where right now I'm trying to see what happens first. Me breaking character and putting emotion in my voice, or breaking these two.
I'm Kyle. You can find me on Twitch at FlintUwood756, the same on Twitter and Instagram. And I am here every Monday and Sunday, as well as the occasional weekdays streaming. So
And I'm Crum64. You can find me in almost every aspect of all social medias under that name. And also, I want to give a special shout out. This is Frida, my sock puppet. This is from Golden Touch Puppets. They do all these varieties of puppets, whether within Muppet style or not. So wanted to give them the puppet shout out because they're the ones who I had this for about 2 years, and now I had a reason to bust it out the moment I heard rainbows. I'm like, oh, gotta get Frida, and here she is.
I am so glad we had the opportunity to bring out one more unique prop. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, players and viewers. I really do appreciate you all, even if some of you drive me to the absolute limit of what I can compute at any given time. Farewell, and we will see you next time.
Me.